How not to die in Thailand. Here are 6 rules so you don't have to fly back in a casket. Let's get right into it. The first thing are the roads. Thailand is very chill until you touch the traffic. That's where many foreigners get humbled. Some statistics say that around 16 people die every day in Thailand's traffic. And I believe that's pretty accurate, with scooters especially. It's not that the traffic is crazy, it's more like it's something that we haven't been used to. In Thailand, of course, there are traffic rules, but in my opinion, it's more like a dynamic. People merge, take U-turns, cut across, and drive way over the limit all the time. And somehow, it works. Until you're the guy that expects it to work like Europe. So if you're new here, and you're thinking, I will just rent a scooter for a week. Cool. That's exactly the moment when you start collecting scars. Nighttime is bad, rain is even worse. Corners get slippery, there could be mud on the road, there's dogs on the road, and someone will absolutely do a U-turn in front of you like it's normal. Because it is. And walking isn't automatically safe here either. Crosswalks are not magic. Green lights are not a guarantee. Always look, even on green lights, if somebody is coming. If you step out like you're protected by the law, you will get clipped. If you have no experience driving a motorcycle, Thailand is not the place to learn it. If you're not comfortable driving, just book a taxi. It's not that expensive, and it will be always more cheap than a hospital visit. Every time. So second thing people do not respect enough. Water. Everybody comes here and their brain switches off to holiday mode. Boat trips, islands, beaches, and pools. And then you add the alcohol and heat, and people just get stupid. The currents are real, and that's something that we haven't even heard about in Europe, for example. Even when the sea looks calm, it can definitely pull you in, and you don't even realize it until it's too late. Then there's no getting out of it. If there's flags on the beach, not swimming, or medusas, for example, take them seriously. They are there for a reason. On boats, I don't care if everybody acts cool for it. Safety jacket is not a personality test. Safety jacket saves your life. That's the whole point of it. And that one last swim mentality before the holiday is about to end. I will take one more swim, you're already feeling tired and maybe sunburned and all this stuff, maybe a little drunk. That's the moment when things go wrong. Now the next one is alcohol. This one is simple. Don't be naive. Thailand's nightlife is very fun, but there is a darker side that people don't want to think about. Methanol, sketchy shots, random cheap spirits, and of course, drink spiking. Methanol isn't something you taste in your drink and go, suspicious. If you're drinking mystery stuff from a sketchy place, you're literally gambling with your life. And don't leave your drink anywhere. Not for a dance, not for a photo, not for 1 second, especially in touristic areas. I don't care if that sounds paranoid. It's called survival. And that's the subject of this video. And if your night goes suddenly sideways, like you are way more messed up than you should be, you feel confused, your vision gets blurry, or you start vomiting hard. Don't be the classic, I will sleep it off type of guy. Get help immediately. That's how people disappear. And then there is heat. People really underestimate this because it doesn't feel like a danger until it is. Thailand is hot and you can get cooked without realizing it. Walking all day, sweating, drinking, being sick. And then you're like, I have a food poisoning. In reality, that's most likely a very, very bad dehydration. Water helps, but if you sweat a lot or you're sick, you need electrolytes too. If you start feeling faint, heartbeat race, dizziness, confused, that's not the moment to prove that you're tough. Get some shade, cool down, sort it out. Now the Thailand stuff people every time ask about. Animals and bites. Yes, there are snakes. Yes, there are spiders. But what actually happens to most people is a lot more boring. They get scratched or bitten by a dog, monkey, or a cat and then laugh it off. And then later, they are dealing with a real problem. Rabies is one hell of a virus, and when you get the symptoms, it's already too late. Time to get in a casket. If you get scratched or bitten by pretty much any animal, wash it off and get help immediately. The same thing is with cuts. The heat and humidity here make small cuts turn into nasty ones faster than you would expect. Also mosquitoes. I'm not gonna act like every mosquito is a certain death, but don't be lazy about it. If you want to enjoy your holiday, use repellent, use the mosquito smokes if you sit down long time, especially on the evenings. And if you get a high fever and feel absolutely destroyed, don't just sit in your room and hope that the universe will fix it. It won't. And the last one is a little bit embarrassing that people don't want to admit. Balconies and holiday brain. This is where alcohol plus confidence plus wet tiles plus filming dumb shit turns into headlines. There's almost every week somebody falling to their death from the balcony. People climb and lean and mess on balconies, slip on stairs or try to get a sick clip. And bro, it's just pointless. If you are drunk, stay away from balconies. If the floor is wet, slow down. Nobody is going to hand you an award for being fearless. Okay, and one more thing, which is necessarily how not to die in Thailand, but how to avoid pointless trouble. And the trouble usually doesn't come from locals. It comes from other tourists. Honestly, with locals, getting into trouble is very rare unless you're acting like a fool and kind of begging for trouble. But wait until you run into these guys on the walking street that have a Louis V side bag and a Gucci hat on and just overall that Ibiza final boss energy. Nothing good usually comes out of them because they were not in a line where common sense was handed out. They are looking for trouble, they are testing boundaries, they are drunk, and they want to prove something. And abroad, one small situation can escalate very quickly. Bouncers, police, fines, and fights. And suddenly, your trip is ruined. So if you see that crowd and your inner voice says, this is not a good idea, it's not. Your goal is not to win anything, you're on a holiday. Your goal is to keep your trip clean and easy. That's it. Thailand is amazing. It's not dangerous in a dramatic way. It's dangerous when you stop paying attention. Save this and send this to your friend who is going to Thailand and think they're invincible. And just in case something happens, here are the numbers that you will need. Take a screenshot before you go on a holiday. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and see you on the next one. Enjoy your holiday. Peace.